Time for the Padres, Giants, and Braves. The wild NL West has come down to the final series in San Fran. The Giants can clinch the division title with one win. But last night, the Padres proved they still have some fight in them. In Atlanta, the streaking Braves still hold the lead in the wild card. Can Atlanta prolong Bobby Cox's magical farewell season as they take on the defending NL champion Phillies? And if you want more, the Yankees are in a dogfight with the Rays for the best record in the AL. Today, New York takes on arch rival Boston at Fenway. You want playoff baseball? It's all next on Fox.
Welcome to the Gillette pregame show on Fox. Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant helps eliminate odor. Welcome to San Francisco, where the joint has been jumping the last 24 hours. This park was bubbling with excitement last night, but the bubbly remained on ice. Will the Giants pop the cork today on a division title and pour out their first playoff celebration since '03? It's time to find out. Hi, everybody. I am Chris Rose, and welcome to the final regular season edition of Fox Saturday Baseball. All right, here's the deal. 2 days left, 2 playoff spots still left to fill, and these Giants fans, they want it today. They wanted it last night as well, but unfortunately for them, it did not happen. The Padres bats, they came out swinging early and often. They took a 6-0 lead, in part thanks to the 3-run crank by Adrian Gonzalez, his 31st of the year. And look at this Giants fan. I don't want that thing. Well, the Giants down 6-4 in the ninth. Aubrey Huff is the tying run. Freddie Sanchez thinks it's going to get down for extra bases. Instead, Will Venable doubles him off first and ends the rally. Then Heath Bell slams the door shut, getting Buster Posey to ground out his 33rd consecutive save. 6-4 your final. The Padres also closed to within 1 of Atlanta in the wild card as the Braves lost to the Phillies. Now, it's still a long shot for San Diego to win the West. They need victories today and tomorrow in San Fran, and then Monday against the Giants in a play-in game. But has the pressure pendulum swung over to the Giants?
If you would have told me 2 months ago we're 7-0 out, if we're up 2 games with 2 left, we'd certainly take it. So we know this game's a game that's, we knew this wasn't going to be easy. We played these guys tough all year. They played us tough, and it's always been close. So I would assume it's be the same today.
I think there's pressure on everybody. It doesn't matter what club. I don't know how it swings. I know one thing: we got to play good baseball.
So once again, if the Giants and Braves win, they are both in, and that means the retirement plans of Atlanta skipper Bobby Cox will be put on hold, at least for the time being. But the retirement party was in full swing this afternoon at Turner Field. It was pretty much a who's who as former players were there to honor the legendary skipper. He is calling it quits after 29 seasons, all but 4 of those in Atlanta. The team honored him with several gifts and then thanked him with these kind words.
On a personal note, I think I speak for every player here in uniform, for every manager that is now managing who once tutored under you, that you have been the single biggest influence on all of our lives. And I want to personally thank you for taking a chance on me. I've been trying to make you proud for 20 years.
Baseball is coming your way. See if the Pods can stay alive, or will the Giants wrap up the NL West? The Phillies are division champs. Can they keep their NL East rival from clinching an October date? And the Yankees try to move closer to an AL East crown in the first end of a double dip in Boston. Your game is next on Fox.
very easy for the Giants fans. If their team wins today, there's going to be a party. The Padres fans, no such assurances quite yet, and there's a big crowd here. The orange rally rags have been handed out. A partisan Giants crowd will be rooting their team on today. The Padres in desperation mode on Fox this afternoon. You've got the Padres 2 back in the West, 1 back in the wild card. Really, they must win this game today. We welcome you to Fox Saturday Baseball along with Mark Grace. I'm Josh Lewin, and we do crystallize it into a very simple element right now. The Padres need this game.
Yeah, they do. And this is a resilient bunch, Josh. They showed that last night, slugging 3 long balls here en route to a victory. They're going to have to be offensive-minded again today because that's been a problem for these Padres down the stretch.
And Barry Zito pitching for San Francisco. Barry Zito, who won a Cy Young Award several years ago, has had a tough time with things lately.
Yeah, only one of his last 13 starts have the Giants won. So Barry Zito's going to have to revert back to his Cy Young stuff if they're going to continue to the big party. This place is going crazy.
Yeah, they're rocking and rolling here. They know the champagne is here. The swim goggles are here for the players so they don't get champagne in their eyes. The Padres will try to spoil that party. It's game number 161 of the season. The Padres and the Giants when we come back on Fox. Larry.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, you're not hearing me talk now. For the Padres, brought to you by Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. It's Denorfia at the top. Eckstein and Tejada, Gonzalez and Ludwig, Torrealba, Hairston, Headley, and Tim Stauffer, who's been amazing over the last 5 weeks. Chief Denorfia and David Eckstein can get things cranked up against Barry Zito. This game being brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the thirst inning, the beer that starts with full flavor and ends with a crisp, clean finish. Budweiser, it's what we do. A battle-tested playoff veteran trying to get his team to the promised land with a win this afternoon. That's Barry Zito. First one is called strike one by Mike Everett. Gracie, there's a poignant irony to Zito being the guy trying to kill the Padres' playoff hopes. Barry Zito grew up in San Diego. He used to get private pitching lessons from none other than Randy Jones. Maybe the best starting pitcher the Padres have ever had.
Barry Zito, a guy that's been through the wars, as you said, Josh. He's going to have to rely on that Cy Young experience. This place is ready for a party.
Zito can't backhand it, and Denorfia takes it right up the middle. The Padres raced out yesterday to a 6-0 lead, held on to win 6-4. And yeah, Randy Jones, just to go back to that story, Mark, was kind of the Obi-Wan to Zito's young Luke Skywalker. Zito says if Master was upset with student, Master would shower students' shoes with a stream of tobacco juice. And Zito has obviously had his ups and downs in his career. A lot of downs lately. You mentioned the one-loss record over the last couple months has not been good at all.
Yeah, it's been a real struggle in the second half for Zito.
He's on 6 days rest today. He should be sharp. And again, a chance to get San Francisco to where they want to be. If they win this game, that's it. They lock up the West.
And the Padres come out swinging just like they did last night. Slugged 3 long balls. Matt Cain was red hot going into that game. These Padres proved that resilience, went out, kicked him around, and they're off to a good start this afternoon.
Bunt is shown and a ball is taken. Yeah, the Padres spoiled Matt Cain's 26th birthday yesterday. They lit up a guy with Cy Young caliber stuff. And pretty unlikely. Cain coming off a 3-hitter at Colorado, and he's been dominant down the stretch.
But all year, Josh, everybody, including probably you and me, have counted the San Diego Padre team out. I think a lot of people did it again last night. There is no way these Padres can come in and beat Matt Cain after getting kicked around by the Chicago Cubs at home. Well, sure enough, they did, and here they are again trying to spoil it again.
Runner goes, and next time knocks it foul into the crowd. And, you know, to be honest about it, Gracie, the Padres are only in it because of what they've done head-to-head against San Francisco. It's been 11 wins to 5, including 6 out of 7 here.
Some teams are just good matchups for you, and San Francisco has been a really tough matchup for the rest of the National League, but these Padres have got it. You think this doesn't mean something to Tim Lincecum? Is that called being on the edge of your seat? What is that? He's a beauty, isn't he?
That's some sort of yoga pose, I think. 1-2 the count, just underway here in San Francisco. We'll monitor that Braves game all day today as well. Eckstein's going to loop it to right field. It plops down. And it's 2 on and nobody out. Miguel Tejada to the plate. There's your giant outfield. Burrell, Torres, Ross left to right. Kung Fu Panda in third. You've got Uribe, Fontenot in this one. Freddie Sanchez is not playing second. It's Fontenot today. And Buster Posey, boy, he's started 27 of the last 28 games. 23-year-old, and you're not supposed to win with a rookie catcher, but that's been turned on its head.
He's got those young, fresh legs. Well, that would be nice.
Now Tejada. And he's dropping down a bunt. That's a big-time slugger that just did that, and he almost beat it out. He gets the sacrifice. Miguel Tejada as the Padres will set it up here in the first inning for Adrian Gonzalez.
Well, just a beautiful bunt. I would imagine that's on his own. He's getting a dugout full of high fives because he drops a beauty. Really a nice play by Zito to just nip Tejada at first base. And now it's decision time for Barry Zito and or Bruce Bochy. Do you pitch around Adrian Gonzalez and take your chances with Ryan Ludwig? On deck, they are going to pitch around Adrian Gonzalez, lefty on lefty. Gonzalez with 101 RBIs, so they're going to take their chances with Ryan Ludwig, the right-handed hitter. Very rare you see this.
First inning intentional walk, and Ryan Ludwig arced one into the batter's eye in center field yesterday for a home run.
And there you go right there. No stranger to the intentional walk. And if you're Ryan Ludwig, you take this personal.
Now, Ryan Ludwig was imported in part to come up with big base hits, and he'll have an opportunity right here. Second inning last night. Number 17 this year for Ludwig, his 6th with the Padres. He and Gonzalez, no secret, Gracie, were not hitting at all that last homestand. But game 1 of 3 here in San Francisco, both those guys went deep yesterday.
And when those guys hit, these Padres win. They try to beat you in close games. That's what they do. That's how they beat you, in low-scoring, close games.
Meantime, just to go back to the bunt for Tejada, and whether or not that was on his own, we'll find that out afterwards. But that's a guy that had 1 sack bunt since 2001.
Well, if you ask me, that's winning baseball. That's team offense rather than individual offense.
Zito's a hit 0-2.
I think also if this was July 15th, I don't think you see Miguel Tejada bunting that situation.
No,
but this game means everything to the Padres, so you see it. But Barry Zito, 1 big strike away from getting a huge out.
Got him to pop it up. Got ahead of him 0-2. Infield fly roll in effect, 2 down.
Well, he just bullied Ryan Ludwig inside with fastballs, 3 straight. Got the pop up. Barry Zito showing some guile there.
Well, still a chance for the Padres to get something done. And the former Giant, Jorvit Torrealba, will have that opportunity. He played here 01 through 05. He was brought in for essentially pennies on the dollar by San Diego. He's had a great year. Tried that big curveball. Barry Zito's known for that, but that one did nothing.
Difficult pitch to throw for a called strike. Because it breaks so much, he falls behind 1-0, and I would imagine a fastball count here for Torrealba.
Two balls, no strikes. See if that intentional pass they gave to Gonzalez pays off.
Good pitch there, right to the inside corner. Now this place will erupt if Barry Zito finds a way to retire Torrealba.
All these Giants fans, I'm sure, thinking along the same lines. Earn your money, Barry, right now.
That's exactly right. And on the flip side, this place will erupt if he retires him. But it's going to go, you take the danger of taking this crowd right out of the game if you walk in a run here.
Pours it in at 3-2.
Torrealba taken all the way. Boy, right out of the gate, we get a turning point in the first inning.
Missed it. And the Padres are on the board. Went with the off-speed pitch. And Torrealba did not take the bait. It's 1-0.
Well, surprisingly went with the changeup. That's the first changeup in that entire at-bat. And he missed with it. Torrealba with a really good at-bat there. And the Padres now all the momentum in their dugout.
Off the first bases loaded walk all season allowed by Barry Zito.
And you can hear a pin drop right now at AT&T Park.
Seventh man to bat this inning, Scott Hairston. The Giants are number 1 in the major leagues in ERA. The Padres are number 2. A lot of times 1-0. What we're looking at right now, that's the final score.
Exactly right. You hear fans just pleading for Barry Zito to get out of this inning with just one run.
Well, he still has that cliff diving curveball. That's what he was known for when he came up across the bay with the Oakland A's. But he's not able to throw it for strikes quite yet this afternoon. This guy's been a 3-time All-Star, and he needs to channel some of that kind of stuff here today.
Look at the change up there on a good one. Hairston way out in front. Already, the bullpen going to work for Bruce Bochy.
How about that? That'll take the starch out of your confidence.
Yeah, that's the last thing you need to see, standing on the mound. But, hey, this is playoff baseball. Everything on the line. This is no time to make friends with your players.
Didn't get the call. 27 pitches in the first inning for Zito. There's already been a bases loaded walk. Now the count 3-2 to Hairston. Another bases loaded walk. It's 2-0.
Dave Righetti on his way to the mound to find out just what's going on.
Now remember, Zito 4-0 in April, had an ERA of 1.5, and there was talk about comeback player of the year. But Gracie, since the end of July, he's won only once. He has faded miserably down the stretch, and this is a rough first inning.
And you could just feel this crowd, the lead balloon that's been dropped. And those are the worst kind of runs to give up right there, Josh. If the Padres hit you, you can deal with that. You can live with that as a pitcher or as a manager. But 3 walks now, 2 of them have led to RBIs. And boy, that's disappointing for a bunch of fans that are ready to go nuts. There's the good curveball.
Yeah, finally got that in for a strike. Chase Headley has a chance to chase Zito. Already 30 pitches in the inning, and his first 2 bases loaded walks all year. Well, the command's just not there, and we mentioned, Gracie, that the 6 days off in between starts. You wonder how that affects him.
Sometimes you can be too strong, quote unquote. You can just see right now he's having trouble finding the release point on all his pitches.
Fouled right back.
Well, now with 2 already across, being walked across the plate. Headley a chance to really open this game wide open. A ball in the gap here, and it might be too big of a lead to overcome. So this is a huge batter for Barry Zito.
Sought that to play, and will do it again. Zito's out of the inning. But boy, did he labor. 33 pitches and 2 runs in. Taco Bell think outside the bun. Andres Torres miraculously back from the appendix surgery after just 2 weeks at the top of the order. Fontenot and Huff, Posey and Burrell. Uribe and Sandoval. You've got Ross and Barry Zito, who almost didn't make it this far to even be in that starting lineup. They had the bullpen up in the first inning as he gave up 2 runs. And Mark, Tim Stauffer, certainly not the biggest name in a division that boasts Ubaldo Jimenez and Tim Lincecum, just to name a couple, but in September, you can argue that no one in the National League came up bigger than Tim Stauffer. 6 September starts, only 7 runs allowed.
Yeah, he has been fabulous. What a shot in the arm he has been. And he kind of found his way into the starting rotation by accident, Josh. Matt Latos, their star right-hander, had some stomach issues one evening. And, well, Bud Black said, hey, Tim, can you go tonight? Well, sure. Well, ever since then, he's been as good as anybody in the game.
One man's indigestion is another man's opportunity. If you've
That's very well said.
heard it once, you've heard it a million times. Here's Andres Torres, and speaking of stomach issues, here's the battle of the appendicitis all-stars. Torres against Stauffer. Stauffer was out with the appendix surgery in May. Torres, we mentioned just a couple of weeks ago. That's crazy that he's back already.
Yeah, somebody forgot to tell him that's major surgery.
Now, he hasn't hit much since coming back. Now, he's still a little sore, but he wants out there. Into center field in Denorfia. A few feet shy of the warning track. 1 up, 1 down. Now, Tim Stauffer last time out opened with 6 scoreless innings against the Cubs. He threw his fastball in the low 90s. Got his secondary pitches over and got a bunch of ground ball outs. He's going to face Mike Fontenot right here.
And for the Padres, so very important after coming out and scoring 2 quick runs in the first inning. So important for Stauffer to have a shutdown inning, and by a shutdown inning, a quick 1, 2, 3 inning to keep this crowd sitting on its hands. And on the flip side of that is so important for these Giants to strike back early. This is fun, though, isn't it?
Well, again, when Miguel Tejada gets his first sacked bunt in 3 years, his second in his last 6,000 plate appearances, it just kind of opens your eyes and says, all right, it's a little different today.
Yeah, this is not your ordinary regular season baseball game.
Fontenot had a pinch single last night. He gets that start over Freddie Sanchez today. Tapper off the glove of Stauffer. Going to be close. Safe at first.
Well, Stauffer reaches to his left and slows it down just enough for Fontenot to beat Eckstein's shovel to first base. So now an opportunity for the Giants. They're big boys. Now have somebody on base.
Your sprint player first for the Giants, Aubrey Huff, first on the team in runs, hits, homers, and runs batted in.
This is a very dangerous middle of the order that these Giants run out there. Aubrey Huff, Buster Posey, and Pat the Bat Burrell.
Chop ball, second base. 4, 6, 3, double play, and there was danger afoot there with Huff and Posey, but Posey never got to bat. 2-0, San Diego. sponsored by Taco Bell, think outside the bun, by Sprint, the Now Network, and by the new Ford Fiesta. It's a pretty big deal. Well, if this was a weather forecast for the San Diego Padres, the original outlook, Mark Grace, was thunderstorms for this weekend. Now, after a win last night, it's been upgraded to mostly cloudy. A win today, it's still kind of partly cloudy. Sunshine would be Monday at the earliest. There's still a lot of work to do here.
Still a lot of work for these Padres, and it was right there for the taking for these Padres, but then all of a sudden, well, the termites got into the bat rack, and they've been beaten soundly. But one thing these Padres do is they pitch, and if you get 3 or 4 runs for this Padre pitching staff, they usually turn that into a W, and right now they've already gotten 2. Tim Stauffer had a quick 8-pitch inning in his bottom of the first, and he's going to lead it off here against Barry Zito, who threw 33.
Yeah, the time of possession status, all cattywampus here off the start. Again, the Braves and the Phillies, no score. And we'll keep track of that one because San Diego still could get in through that wild card portal. It's super simple for San Francisco. A win today or tomorrow, and they win the NL West. Game, set, match. Zito trying to establish that he can throw strikes. And this is as close as he'll get to a gimme putt. You got the pitcher up there, Tim Stauffer. And the breaking ball got him.
It was conceded, that putt.
Yeah. The Padres do win the low-scoring games. They have to. Their pitching has been much better than their hitting all season. Their bullpen has been lights out. And a big pickup, Miguel Tejada. Well, he's just been rejuvenated. A lot of aging veterans go to a place like San Diego, and it's kind of like a stay at a resort. You know, they just kind of put their feet up, and it's off into the dusk of their career. There's a strike to Denorfia. Tejada's been exactly the other way. He got to San Diego and was like, come on, guys, let's go.
He really gave this ball club a huge shot of adrenaline.
Denorfia to right field. Going a lot better for Zito. Early returns here in the second inning.
And he's really been much better than anybody expected, especially on the defensive end of shortstop. He was not even a shortstop in Baltimore. He was moved to third base. Orioles didn't think he could play shortstop at the major league level anymore, but he's come over and he's done a very good job offensively and defensively for the Padres.
Well, remember, he was in the postseason 4 straight Octobers at one point last decade. He was the engine that drove those Oakland teams across the bay. Well, Eckstein, another guy who is playoff proven. The Angels and the Cardinals have won World Series titles with Eckstein as their shortstop. Now he's at second base. In the air, left field. Barry Zito needed 33 pitches in the first. He needs 8 in the second. It stays 2-0. Gillette is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. One more win for the Giants. They go to their first postseason in 7 years. For San Diego, with apologies to Alec Baldwin and Meryl Streep, it's complicated. If the Padres sweep and the Braves are swept, the Padres win the West and the Giants are the wild card. If the Braves are swept and the Padres split these next 2 games, it's San Diego at Atlanta for a 1-game wild card showdown. Buster Posey, the batter. Now, if Atlanta splits its final 2 games, San Diego needs to win 2 to force a 3-way tie, and that would be fun.
It is very complicated, but it's an awful lot of fun.
Well, the Padres have come out nice and loose, and they're leading 2-0.
It's pretty amazing. They're playing last night and here this afternoon like they're the team that doesn't have its back against the wall.
Here's your 4 keys to the game. What you got, Mark?
Have you ever had that itch right in the middle of your back that you just can't get to and it just drives you nuts?
I hate that.
Well, that's what the San Diego Padres have been to the San Francisco Giants all year long. They need to continue to be that itch. And then also, this bullpen really needs to rest for the San Diego Padres. They have been overloaded with work here the last 5 days.
How are we doing with the breathe and party time down there at the bottom?
Well, the breathe and the party time. Breathe, relax, go out and play your game. It seems like last night and here this afternoon, it looks like the Giants have played a little tight, especially early in the ball game, falling behind. And then, well, it's very simple. Win this game, and I plan on staying here tonight for this party.
Party like it's 2003.
And that was a great Giants team.
Of course, in 2002, they went all the way to the World Series to the Giants. They still haven't won one of those since the 1950s when the team was back in New York.
Seems unbelievable with the just boatload of great players that have worn the Giants uniform here in San Francisco.
Tim Stauffer, as we've talked about, really hitting his stride the last several weeks. He strikes out Pat Burrell.
Easy to see why he's been so successful. Those are some nasty split fingers. Now you see it, now you don't. It is gone. Pat Burrell way out in front of it.
They'll bring up Juan Uribe now.
And this guy doesn't get cheated, Josh. He will air it out if he gets one he likes.
Not airing it out right there. Tim Stauffer's in control through a couple innings. It stays 2-0. And we're back to San Francisco after a word from your local Fox station. Baseball presented by Gillette. Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant helps eliminate odor. Got a sellout crowd here at this beautiful ballpark. The Giants fans are ready to party. Their team needs to cooperate with a victory today. Miguel Tejada at the plate. And strike one to him. It was a rough go in the first inning for Barry Zito. With the bases loaded, two guys who had each walked only 30 times all year, Torrealba and Hairston, walked with the bases loaded. And there's Tejada spanking one in the left.
Just once again doing something to help his ball club, Miguel Tejada.
Now, Zito and Tejada know each other so well with the A's. We were just talking about 2002, Gracie. Zito was the Cy Young that year. Tejada was the MVP. The Sprint player first for the Padres, Adrian Gonzalez, on your screen. And this year, to get that accomplished, he's been doing that even with a sore shoulder.
Well, runner on first. Let's see how Zito attacks Adrian Gonzalez. 31 long balls, 101 RBIs. Beautiful fastball to the outside corner there.
Lefty to lefty, a strike. Now remember, Zito walked the lefty to get to the righty in the first inning, which might sound a little counterintuitive. Ludwig, though, has not hit well against lefties this year. And Adrian Gonzalez is Adrian Gonzalez. Going to smash that one into the alley in left center. Tejada makes a turn, goes to third. And the Padres have runners at the corners, nobody out. And indeed, up comes Ryan Ludwig. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Chris Rhodes.
All right, Josh, an update from Atlanta. The Phillies put 2 on in the first but did not score, so it is zeros there in the second. Now, there is one playoff scenario that could affect both the Giants and the Padres. If the Padres win today and tomorrow and the Braves lose Saturday and Sunday to the Phillies, then both the Giants and the Padres punch their playoff ticket, with San Diego winning the West. The Giants would then be the wild card and face the defending NL champion Phillies, of course, because they lost the season series to the Padres.
That's right. Thank you, Chris. And Bobby Cox at that point would not get to continue. Had a very warm pregame ceremony for Bobby Cox in Atlanta today.
Tell you, Chris Rose is on top of things, isn't he?
Yep.
Can't sneak anything past him.
Yeah, I had to remember one thing today, Gracie. I did it. That was it.
Attaboy.
Did you hit your quota?
That's it. That's it, guys. That's all I got.
Goodbye and good luck. All right, Zito will draw some attention yet again. Dave Righetti's going out there. It's the second time in 3 innings, and Chris Ray will get up in the bullpen for San Fran one more time. And just to finish that thought, too, if Atlanta does get in, winning the wild card, that would be 16 postseason appearances for Bobby Cox, breaking the record he currently shares with Joe Torre. A big-time opportunity here for Ryan Ludwig, who was brought in to be a run producer.
Is Chris Rose still with us, Josh?
I am, buddy.
He's still living.
Hey, Chris,
yes.
You're right down there, right near the Giants dugout. What's the mood down there right now?
Well, obviously, it's pretty quiet right now. I mean, you've got 9 guys out there on the field, but when they were up at the bat, even after the Padres scored 2, they were all pumped up. Juan Uribe was doing his thing. Guys were still screaming Pablo Sandoval. But obviously, it's a little bit of that air is gone from this dugout, Gracie.
Good stuff. Good stuff there from Zito to even the count 2-2.
Ludwig a shade under 200 for the season against left-hand pitching. And he's a reverse crossover, Gracie. That's kind of an unusual thing. We don't see that often. A guy that throws left and bats right.
Yeah, very rare. Ricky Henderson, probably the most famous.
We'll see it again in this game. Cody Ross does that for San Francisco. And there you go, Zito. once again takes care of Ludwig. He did that in the first inning, too.
Yeah, Ludwig now twice with huge opportunities. And he's come up empty both times now. There's a backdoor breaking ball. And Ludwig just swings right through it. Huge strikeout.
Well, Ludwig has been up twice and has stranded 5.
Ouch.
Torrealba drew the first of the 2 bases loaded walks in the first. Wide of third. And Chris Ray has been up twice in that Giants bullpen. Two singles and a strikeout so far for San Diego here in the top of the third. If the Padres have any chance of winning the West, they've got to win today, win tomorrow, and win a 1-game playoff on Monday. There's that big curve.
Baby.
Tantalizing, isn't it?
That was a thing of beauty, wasn't it?
All that work with Randy Jones when he was a kid. Padres great. Shouldn't have done it. Tries again, and he got him.
Torrealba doesn't think so, but that pitch was perfectly executed by Barry Zito. Now the fans another opportunity trying to bring Zito into the dugout unscathed. Look at that thing of beauty right there. 2 big strikeouts.
Two singles, 2 strikeouts, and now Scott Hairston.
Good changeup there. Somehow, some way, Hairston was able to lay off of it. Zito and Posey having a little trouble getting on the same page.
And Hairston's had trouble all year hitting in this situation, Mark, with 2 outs and runners in scoring position. He's been not good. 4 for 42.
Ouch.
Takes a look, and he does work the count to 2-0.
A change up and then a breaking ball. Falls behind. And if Zito's been one thing today, it's been stubborn. He'll walk you before he'll give you something in the middle of the plate. There's the change up and a thing of beauty.
Well, he's always been nothing if not totally confident. Hayden himself into a tough spot here in the third. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Now he's got a chance to get out of it. And he does with some help. If the tag is down, and it's not. A wild throw. Sandoval did the hard part, couldn't do the easy part. And it's 3-0.
Oh, what a shame for Pablo Sandoval. One of the best plays you'll see there. Then he panics. He got in a hurry. Throws it up the line. Look at the beautiful slide from Adrian Gonzalez.
Boy.
And a good call out there by second base umpire Adrian Johnson. Go from hero to GOAT in a matter of a second.
Great camera work right there. You can see it. And Zito thought he was out of it, and he's not. Chase Headley, the hitter. That'll go as an E5. And a ground ball into right field. Gonzalez motoring towards home plate. The throw going to third. Got him there. Does the run count?
No run.
It does not. And the Padres are hot about that.
There's going to be an argument here.
Oh, there's bang, bang all over that. Twice, as a matter of fact. It was a close play at third, and then it was close as to whether or not Gonzalez touched home plate before the out was called at third. We'll sort it out with the replays that you need when we come back. It stays 3-0 on Fox. They thought it was 4-0, and as it turns out, nope, it's 3. And there was some questionable base running, I guess, Gracie. Let's go back to that play to end the inning.
Well, for some reason, Scott Hairston decided to go to third base right there, and it's tough to tell. It's such a close play. The tag, it looks like the tag is there when the foot is about 3 inches from hitting home plate. Mike Everett paying close attention to home plate umpire. But right there, if you're Scott Hairston, you just stay at second base. Force Cody Ross to make the play at the plate. You know ahead of time that Adrian Gonzalez does not run well ahead of you. You can't get thrown out there and lose a run.
If the Giants are in comeback mode, that is a big play. Sandoval, and then the man who made that throw from right field, Cody Ross, to follow. And a ground ball be backhanded at second. Eckstein's throw is in time. Oh, again, we go back to this play. Headley rolls it in the right.
Great throw. Oh, that is just so close. Mike Everett, very emphatic and very confident with his call. No run.
Yeah, the third base umpire, Andy Fletcher, with one of those bang-bang calls to make. That was a matter more of safer out, simple geography right there. Mike Everett's call was based on timing.
That's exactly right. I think he got the call right. I really do.
A developing story as Cody Ross steps in because of who's now stepped on deck. Barry Zito is not there. It's Aaron Rowand. Meaning it's a very short leash. And Barry Zito is going to be done after 3 innings of 3-run, 5-hit baseball.
I gave up 5 hits in his 3 innings of work. He walked 3. There was base runners everywhere.
Oh, what killed him, the 2-out bases loaded walks in the first. He's at close to 200 innings for the year. And the only inning in which he's had a bases loaded walk was today in the big game. And he had 2 of them. Down and outside from Stauffer. in there, and Cody Ross was pretty sure. Indeed, it was. Strike 3 dealt in there from Stauffer.
He got caught looking for a breaking ball.
Take you back for a little umpire audio. Fox sounds of the game. And Zito is going to hit, by the way. That was the call. Now, after Rowan had been on deck, Zito is going to hit.
Well, I think if one of the Giants ahead of Zito would have reached base, I think you would have gotten the pinch hitter Aaron Rowan instead. It's kind of a nothing situation. Nobody on, 2 outs. So they're going to stay with Zito and let him try to piece it together. There's a lot of unhappy people right now that Barry Zito's in the batter's box.
You saw that shot of Bruce Bochy, the former Padres manager, who's trying to wipe out his former employer. He was a Manager of the Year candidate. In play, Stauffer's got it.
He's making it look easy, isn't he?
He really is. He's been amazing for San Diego the last few weeks. It's 3-zip. Get the best quality picture and sound for your flat screen with DirecTV. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Pepsi Max, 0 calories, maximum Pepsi taste. Well, the sun is shining on the San Diego Padres right now, needing a win today. They're up 3-0. Tim Stauffer out pitching Barry Zito. Zito given the chance to continue here in the 4th.
If you're Barry Zito now, you've got a new lease on life. Your manager just did you a huge favor keeping you in this ball game. Now you have to go out there and have some quick innings.
Well, he has to open with his opposite number here, the pitcher Tim Stauffer. Now, Barry Zito has battled the Yankees and Red Sox head-to-head in prior Octobers. He was defeated and in his prime Johan Santana, so Zito knows all about pitching in big games.
He's 3-1 now on his opposing pitcher.
That would not be a representative thank you to the manager.
No, not at all.
Come out and walk Tim Stauffer.
And now because of that, Josh, just a bad vibe throughout this entire stadium, and that's enough for Bruce Bochy.
Barry Zito's day is done. 3-0 San Diego. Chris Ray was on standby way back in the first inning when it appeared that Barry Zito just didn't have that crisp command today. Here he is in the fourth inning with a man on and nobody out. The pitcher, Tim Stauffer, just drew a walk. And immediately a base hit. Chris Denorfia pegs it into center. 2 on, nobody out. And Denorfia 2 out of 3.
Wasting no time. First pitch, Chris Ray throws, gets whacked right back up the box. Denorfia gets a fastball down the middle. Great effort from Mike Fontenot, but it gets underneath the glove. And the Padres cooking up a brew here again in their half of the fourth inning.
David Eckstein, fundamentally terrific. We're trying to move these runners along. Ray fires to first, and it's just kind of a done deal. If Eckstein's up there looking to move runners, they're going to move.
He is one of the most fundamentally sound baseball players I've ever seen.
Did you happen to hear the heckle that came in? I got great audio working here. So
no, I missed it.
Somebody just shouted out before Eckstein came up. How does it feel to be a member of the Lollipop Guild? I hadn't heard that one before. Eckstein knows he's short. I mean, at least that's a creative way to express it.
A reference to the Munchkins.
That is correct, from The Wizard of Oz. 5'6", but plays like he's 6'5". Base hit, Tejada. And a run comes in. 4-0 San Diego. That run charged against the ledger of Zito, who has had a most forgettable afternoon.
Well, Bud Black and his San Diego Padres, they're the ones playing loose. They're the ones that look like they're playing for a champagne party.
And all of a sudden, that doesn't just put pressure on San Francisco. What do you think Atlanta's doing right now, looking at this score?
Panicking. And that's what makes baseball so great in late September, Josh. Panic sets in. Entire cities panic.
Adrian Gonzalez rips it. It's deflected to short. That's the first break the Giants have gotten in a while. Boy, that ball was scorched. 4-0 our score. Middle 4 on Fox. Three teams in this little playoff derby right now: Atlanta, San Francisco, San Diego. Atlanta today was the site of Bobby Cox Appreciation Day. Bobby Cox grew up just outside of Fresno, and the very first Major League game he attended was in San Francisco at Old Seal Stadium at 15th and Bryant. The Cardinals in town wanted to see his hero Stan Musial play. And now Bobby Cox, after all that time in Atlanta, maybe shutting it down this weekend, maybe not. Depends on how this series plays out. Right now, the Padres lead 4-0. Andres Torres leads it off against Tim Stauffer.
Well, you just know Bobby Cox just honoring enough to make people squirm a little bit in his swan song, if you will.
Going to be an extended play swan song if the Braves are the wild card representative. San Diego got 2 in the first off Barry Zito, driving in the runs without swinging the bat. 2 bases loaded walks, and they added 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth. And Gracie, I think you can say in both innings it could have been worse.
It could have been much worse.
Torres, a take it with you bunt. But he yanks it right to the first baseman, Gonzalez. The Phillies have wrapped up and had it wrapped up for a while in the East. The Reds have wrapped up the Central.
And Josh, you work in the American League, I work in the National League. I have not seen a better baseball team this year than the Philadelphia Phillies.
They seem pretty complete. And, of course, they've got some been there, done that, too.
Right.
2 straight World Series.
Now, these 2 teams right here have been a lot of fun to watch as well.
Well, the pitching has carried both of them.
Exactly right.
Fontenot fouls it out of play. The Padres, even with a win today, Mark, to win this division, they'll have to beat Jonathan Sanchez tomorrow. Sanchez, a guy that no-hit the Padres last year, and also the guy who predicted last series here against San Diego that the Giants would sweep the Padres. Bulletin board stuff that profoundly backfired.
Profoundly is a good word.
That's outside to Fontenot. Let's go down to Chris Rhodes.
Yeah, guys, actually that matchup tomorrow will be Sanchez against Matt Latos, the ace of the Padres staff, who has not pitched well as of late. But he and Sanchez have hooked up a couple of times this year. 1-0 games, both won by San Diego. So put that one in your back pocket.
And Lato's providing some bulletin
Yeah,
board material of
he had a little
himself
something
lately.
to say as well, didn't he?
Talked about how the Giants were importing instead of exporting or something like that. Just signing all these big names. Fontenot strikes out. And since we're on the subject here of who's going where, those are the 4 teams representing the American League. It's just a matter of who opens against whom right now. The Rays won the season series against the Yankees 10-8. So if they end up in that tie atop the East, the Rays win that division. The Yankees are the wild card. The ball 1 to Huff.
And you've had an awful lot of fun in 2010 covering the Texas Rangers, I would imagine.
First playoff appearance in 11 years for them. And the Reds out of the National League, first time in 14 years.
Cincinnati, just a great baseball city. Gets a hard-earned reward this year. Dusty Baker and his crew have done a great job.
Well, the Giants looking for any kind of spark here. They've only had one base runner. That was Fontenot as he hit one off the glove of Stauffer back in the first. And then the next pitch, Aubrey Huff hit into a double play.
To this point, Stauffer facing the minimum. Here's strike 1 to Huff.
Good eye for Huff all year. Most walks by a Giant in 10 seasons. Most since Jeff Kent. And there's another. Boy, with a long-distance bat flip there, too. I mean, I don't know if he's trying to fire everybody up here, but he tossed that bat all the way back to the actual on-deck circle.
Yeah, he propelled that one pretty good. Here's the bat flip. Yeah, that's a pretty good javelin throw right there.
Put it right at the feet of Buster Posey, almost like it's a baton. All right, Buster, here it is. You take it.
It's a cut fastball, and that is just gorgeous.
One strike the count. Quickly 0-2.
That time the two-seam fastball. The sinking fastball, both of them right to the outside corner. Stauffer just in complete command of all of his pitches.
Now the exact opposite of the Barry Zito experience today. Got a piece.
Well, another perfect pitch there by Stauffer. Really a super job by Posey just to hang around.
Been doing a super job most of the year. He's tailed off a bit the last week and a half or so. But he is in the mix when you start talking about possibilities for Rookie of the Year.
It's a good 0-2 pitch right there. Run the fastball inside, try to make Posey move. And I would imagine Stauffer and Torrealba are going to try to go right back to the outside corner on this pitch. Now they're going to go back in with the fastball.
Posey takes it to 2-2. Only one ball has reached the outfield off the bat of a San Francisco Giant, and we're here in the 4th inning. That one is headed for the outfield, but in foul ground, and will drop untouched.
Ludwig went as far as he could, but then he ran into that bullpen mound, and he wasn't able to make the play. I don't think the fans were giving him any help either, do you?
No. Slowly hit.
Kid's impressive.
Tim Stauffer is in control. It is 4-0 San Diego on Fox. Padres and the Giants here on Fox today. Josh Lewin, Mark Grace, Chris Rose, happy to be with you. A beautiful afternoon here. Chris Ray continues on the mound, and Ryan Ludwig fouls it. 4 runs already for these San Diego Padres, and that's a lot of runs for how they've been having at it the last, well, really all season, but specifically the last couple of weeks.
And 4 runs is usually plenty for the San Diego Padre pitching staff. Tim Stauffer so far faced 1 over the minimum, giving up 1 infield hit.
Well, the Padres put themselves in this need-to-win position because of an offensive freeze this past week against the Cubs. At one point on that homestand, Grace, they had scored 4 runs total in 3 games. On 14 hits in 3 games.
That is just doing nothing. But they've come up here and been awfully impressive in enemy territory.
Which has actually strangely been friendly territory this year. If they win this game, they're 7-1 in this ballpark this year, which bodes well for the game they'll need to win again tomorrow.
The Padres scored 6 here last evening. They've scored 4 here in the early going against a Giants pitching staff that had an ERA of 1.6 in the month of September, which is just unheard of.
They had that run of games where it was 18 in a row at one point, allowing 3 runs or fewer. That hadn't been done in baseball since 1917. Ludwig powers it in the air to left center. And he is out number 1. Tomorrow, week 4 of the NFL on Fox. It's headlined by Donovan McNabb's return. It was a love-hate relationship there in Philly. Now he returns in a different uniform. McNabb and the Redskins take on the Eagles. Part of the big doubleheader tomorrow on Fox. Check local listings for the games and times in your area.
Michael Vick has done well since his return to the starting quarterback.
Kevin Cobb, we hardly knew ye. Yorvi Torrealba takes the strike. air horn goes off just as Torrealba fouls it. And a tumble taken by Ray in pursuit of that.
That's a great effort, but it looked like Ray called off Buster Posey and then couldn't make the play.
A little hesitation there, maybe.
Yeah.
Trying to see if maybe he saw Posey in his line of vision there and just
he
didn't want
had
to
a good routine going too there, Josh, but a bad dismount. Really a terrible dismount. But he's okay, and he'll move on to the next pitch. Yeah, somebody's blowing air horns as the pitch is being delivered down there near the backstop. It's got to be grating.
Did it again. Torrealba's going to have to try to tune that out. You never had that happen to you, did you?
No.
Certainly not on the
I don't
golf
like
course.
it.
You don't want
I don't like it.
Well, on the golf course, you might kill somebody. No air horn that time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. If you went right back into your backswing and somebody did that with an air horn.
You wouldn't be invited to play in that foursome very often.
I'm not endorsing that, America.
Actually, you gave me a pretty good idea.
Torrealba down on strikes. Let's take you back. That would be a trifle distracting.
I would think it would be. These guys are so locked in. This game just means so much. I don't think they're hearing anything right now.
Venable's going to pinch hit. Now it's interesting, too. Scott Hairston, this is his spot in the order. His brother, Jerry, is available now. He's able to play. Really wanted to. Still might at some point today. He's been out for the last few weeks.
That's kind of an early hook for the left fielder, isn't it?
Will Venable made a couple of terrific defensive plays the last couple of days. So up here in the 5th inning, Venable for Harrison. Get the lefty batting. He fouls it away. Well, the Braves and the Phillies are still scoreless. Vance Worley on the mound for Philadelphia. It's not one of the Roys. It's not Halladay or Oswalt. So they go with rookies here this weekend. High fly ball. Torres makes the call and the catch, and it stays 4-0 San Diego on Fox. presented by Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant. Help eliminate odor, don't just cover it up. Well, what needed to happen happened last night for San Diego. The Padres won, Atlanta lost. Everyone cooperated. Kristen Orphea moves to left. Venable stays in the game in center. And so far, so good for San Diego today. Largely because of this right-hander out there on the mound. That's Tim Stauffer.
Biggest game for the year for the San Diego Padres, and Tim Stauffer just out there dominating a team that he has to beat. Not only outs, but just easy outs. Not a ball hit hard yet.
Again, one ball hit to the outfield in 4 innings for San Francisco.
He's been throwing first pitch strikes all afternoon. Hence his success.
You just dropped a hence in there.
You know what? I can be a wordsmith once in a while,
You
Josh.
really can.
It was actually an accident.
Oh. Well, don't let it happen again. The 1-2. Fly ball left field. Oh, the warning track has been reached. But Pat Burrell, the first out. What do you like about Tim Stauffer today?
Well, first of all, it's been strike one. And he's just had a lot of balls off the end of the bat, off the label. He stayed out of the middle of the plate. That's the key to pitching. If you can throw strikes early in the count, you force your opponent to swing. You put him in what I call swing mode. All of a sudden now you're 0-1. Now they start chasing the breaking pitches out of the strike zone, or they chase the high pitches out of the strike zone. Once again, strike one. You can see these Padres are trying to work the count. They're trying to make Tim Stauffer work, but he keeps throwing strike one.
Oh, and now he hits Uribe.
Not really looking for that one.
No. Third base runner here for San Francisco. It's been on an infield hit, a walk, and now an HBP.
He just rears back, and right in the ribs it goes. Ouch.
Well, if the Giants are looking for a shot of energy, here's Pablo Sandoval. Highly popular, dangerous hitter, although he's had a down year here in 2010.
He has had a down year, but yeah, just sometimes hit by pitches will fire up an opponent.
And all Sandoval needs to do is put one in the soup out there, and this crowd is back in it at that point. He had one of those splash hits very recently, did Sandoval.
Hit a bomb here 3 days ago.
Fouls that one away. It's 1-1.
And he is very wildly popular here. All the panda hats amongst the Giant fans here. They love him. But as you said, it's been a bit of a down year for him this year.
Barry Zito dropped that nickname on him, and it stuck. The Kung Fu Panda.
I think it's a pretty good nickname. He kind of looks like the Kung Fu Panda, doesn't he? What a beautiful breaking ball there from Stauffer.
One of the pieces of a down year for Sandoval. A lot of grounders turned into double plays. We got to watch out for that here with Stauffer getting ground balls this afternoon. There is a ground ball, but it's slowly hit. Well, the Giants do get a man in a scoring position.
You just notice everything just an easy out.
You know, there was a thought in spring training around the Padres camp, Gracie, that maybe this San Diego team had too much in the way of pitching. They could move a guy like Stauffer, who was out of minor league options, bring in a bat. San Diego decided to keep Tim Stauffer, and boy, what a smart choice that's turned out to be.
As it's turned out. Throwing the ball as good as anybody in the game in the last month. And I just love his poise and his moxie here in the biggest game of the year. The biggest game of Tim Stauffer's life. And it's like he's out there in a rocking chair.
Well, when we came on the air, you saw those orange rally rags waving and waving, almost mocking the Padres. We haven't seen a rally rag in an hour.
You saw right there, Cody Ross ragging on home plate umpire Mike Everett. He was not happy with that call. He walked back and got right in his face.
Now he fouls one.
And it gets a little chippy this time of year, and I like it.
The Giants don't need this game, but if they do win this game, then they wrap it up. They could also wrap it up tomorrow, and if they needed to, that extra game that would be forced, that one would be in San Diego, by the way. The Giants knew the only way they wouldn't make the postseason is if they lost 4 in a row starting yesterday. Well, they lost yesterday. They're losing today. And I guess that just at least plants that seed that might happen.
And it could happen. One-game playoffs are, well, they make your ulcer have a baby. I was part of one of those in 1998 as a Chicago Cub against these San Francisco Giants.
Now, tomorrow it's going to be, again, the battle of the guys who have each provided the other team bulletin board material. Latos and Sanchez.
Latos been struggling his last 3 starts. Jonathan Sanchez has been terrific.
Another ground ball to second base, been a ton of those. And Tim Stauffer with a one-hitter through 5 here in San Francisco. By men's Rogaine foam, stop losing, start gaining. And by Chevrolet, every model is backed by a 100,000-mile, 5-year powertrain limited warranty. Four to nothing our score right here. The Padres lead the Giants, and everybody's got an eye on what's happening in Atlanta as well. The Braves and the Phillies having at it. We'll catch you up on that game right now, a matter of fact. Dick Stockton is there and standing by.
It out to Infante, who was playing in, and Jimmy, who led off with a double, is held at third.
And there are 2 down. Dick Stockton along with Eric Karros and Ken Rosenthal. No score here in the top of the 5th inning of this critical game.
Well, not really a pitch with the infield in that Chase Utley would normally go after. I mean, this pitch is a ball. It's low. You know, anything you're going to hit that on the ground. I think he was just trying to squirt it through, but that's not a typical Chase Utley at bat right there.
So the Phillies with a runner at third. Neither team had gotten a runner that far until now. And now Ryan Howard, who was walked, took a called third strike, the batter. Atlanta Brave fans and former players honoring Bobby Cox before the game, who was retiring after a sensational managerial career, 4th all-time in wins and a whole long laundry list of achievements. Receiving many gifts and finally receiving the plaudits of the fans here after getting it around the league. Swing and a miss. So far, Tommy Hanson, who has been working effectively for the Braves, has fooled Ryan Howard at the plate. 1-1 count.
Well, you say he's worked effectively, and he's been able to dodge bullets. Every inning, there's base runners, first and second inning, first and second. Here we've got a guy on third. He's really walked the tightrope so far today.
But he has gotten the key outs when he's needed them. Falls behind Howard 2-1. Phillies have at least a hit in every inning, 6 in the game, and Rollins, who led off with a double on the third with 2 out. Good play at the plate by McCann, stopping that low pitch, and they're going to say that Ryan Howard went around for a strike 2 here.
Now, this is a situation where I think Ryan Howard had made up his mind prior to the pitch that he was going to swing at it. And this ball bounces a good 5 feet in front of home plate. And a 2-1 count with a guy on third. That's not your normal approach.
Brave win today and tomorrow would wrap up a wild card berth. Lost last night to the Phillies. Facing the team to beat here. And the 2-2 pitch to Ryan Howard. Checks the swing, and the count is pulled. Rollins 90 feet away. Charlie Manuel's Phillies, who clinched the division championship Monday in Washington, their 4th.
Got a pitching change here in San Francisco. I'll tell you about that when we return after the double by Stauffer. for San Francisco. Tim Stauffer is having quite a day. He doubled. And he's also leading at 4-0. Pitching a one-hitter. Now, we're told Ryan Howard walked in that at-bat that you were looking in live at just a moment ago. It's now 1st and 3rd for Philadelphia in a scoreless game in the top of the 5th. Phillies and the Braves. It's a double switch. Nate Shearholt's in the game in right. Denorfia the batter. 4-0 San Diego. And Stauffer now has as many hits and runs scored as he has allowed today.
Very well said. I think Casilla must have thought that Tim Stauffer was going to try to steal a base.
Well, he's done everything else.
Yeah, why not?
They've got Stauffer frozen. But he gets back in time. Denorfia is out.
Really nice job by Casilla there. Not panicking with the baseball once he got it. Making the play first and foremost, and then looks him back, okay. And a nice easy throw to first. A lot of times pitchers will get in a panic and try to hit a moving target out there at second base. Instead, he just took the easy out and the smart play.
Now David Eckstein trying to build on a 4-0 lead. Yesterday the Padres took a 6-0 lead right around this time. And the Giants started coming back.
Casilla with a fastball that runs up to the upper 90s, 98 miles an hour. It seems like everybody throws that hard anymore. It's amazing.
Not when you first broke in, huh?
Yeah, if you threw 90, you threw hard. Now if you throw 90, you're toiling in double A.
That one's in there at 97. Again, the Braves and Phillies still scoreless. We'll keep you posted. If the Padres win and the Phillies win today, those teams are tied for the wild card. Told that Ibanez just made an out, so that game is going to the bottom of the 5th now in Atlanta. Line shot foul by Eckstein.
And that's what Eckstein does. He just spoils pitch after pitch. Always right in the middle of everything. Singled and scored in the first. Dropped a perfect sacrifice bunt in the 4th inning that led to a run.
Eckstein floats one to left. Grabs for the final out. It stays 4-0. The Giants look to rev it up when we come back.
game break, and here's how the Phillies' threat died in Atlanta. The pretty pirouette by Alex Gonzalez to get Raul Ibanez. Runner stranded at the corners. It is goose eggs in the fifth in Atlanta. Remember, to see every baseball game in HD, it's 1-800-DIRECTV. Josh and Mark, back on up to you.
Thank you, Chris. It is a 4-0 lead here for San Diego, and if that stays, boy, things just get even more interesting as you check again that National League playoff picture. Padres would be one game back with one to play in the West with a win. And if the Braves win today, they'd also be one game back still for the wild card. Nate Shearholtz with his first at bat.
We'll see how Tim Stauffer recovers after running the bases in the top half of the sixth inning. Shockingly, he's doing well.
I'd say so far, it looks pretty good.
Just a full swing, swinging bunt right in front of the plate. Torrey Alban, easy play, and Stauffer just continues to impress.
Tim Stauffer is growing up right before the eyes of San Diego, California. 28-year-old who really didn't do that much to distinguish himself until this last 5 or 6 weeks. 14 starts last year for the Padres, 4-7. ERA was fine, 3.58, but it's not like it was 0.58. Before he got to pitch those 14 games for the Padres in 09, keep in mind that the last thing he did in the majors in 07 was make 2 starts and give up 18 hits in 7 innings.
Yikes.
He closed that year with a big league ERA in the 21s, 21.13, and then he did not pitch in 2008. Had to have shoulder surgery, so he had to sit there with a 21 ERA for about a year and a half.
Oh, goodness. That's tough to deal with.
Last year starts to come on back in relief at AA, in relief and starting a bit in AAA. Two to Torres. He's fouled again.
He finds himself right now anchoring one of the best teams in baseball's rotation.
Now, Stauffer was supposed to be the goods back in 2003. He was their first rounder. Number 4 overall in 2003. But again, nothing of note happened until this year. Today's Verizon game summary. Barry Zito just did not have it today. And remember, they tried to let him get out there and right the ship in the 4th inning, but he walked Tim Stauffer. The only hit that Stauffer's allowed, believe it or not, is that thing.
Well, he could easily be working on a no-hitter, but that was it. A little dribbler off his glove. He just calmly pours in strike 1.
Fontenot, the former Cub. Another ground ball right through the wickets over there. Headley has it go by. And a bit of a break for the Giants as they will get Aubrey Huff to the plate. E5.
Yeah, ball sharply hit and just right through the wickets. Didn't get the tailgate down. And now it's up to Stauffer to try to get a 4th out here in the bottom of the 6th.
The teams with the fewest errors coming in it today both have an error from their third baseman today.
Not surprising. All 3 of those teams either in the playoffs or battling for it.
Power threat, Aubrey Huff. He steers himself to a 2-0 count. In for a strike, 2-1.
2-0 changeup right there, right on the money from Stauffer.
Three balls, one strike. Only the third three-ball count all afternoon for Tim Stauffer.
Both on Aubrey Huff, who walked his last time up. Ryan Webb getting loose in the Padre bullpen as that's ball 4. It's amazing what given extra outs to a team will create. Now this place has got something to be fired up about. Haven't had a lot to wave their towels about this afternoon, and Tim Stauffer's been the main reason for that. But now an error has opened up the door for a possible big inning here for the Giants.
Big conversation out there on the mound. And Buster Posey will have the opportunity. This is where the Giants got back in the game yesterday in the bottom of the 6th inning. These Giants began the year with Benji Molina as their starting catcher. He's going to the playoffs with Texas. But it's Posey who will be there for the Giants if they win one more game.
Posey got a cut fastball right in the middle of the plate, but all he could do was foul it off. Every time a fastball in the middle of the plate, same result.
With 2 strikes, Tim Stauffer has been phenomenal. Opponents now this year are 10 for 130. 1 run batted in those 130 at bats. And here's where Stauffer's got him. 2 strikes.
He's had an answer for every single Giant threat this afternoon.
Got him on the outside corner. It stays 4-0, and we're back after a word from your local Fox station. Strike call that Mike Everett put on Buster Posey, and it escalated, and Mike Everett said, "See ya."
It gets a little testy this time of year. Bruce Bochy trying to light a fire under his ball club.
Just about to ask you that. Is that maybe by design?
Oh, I don't think there's any question. His team has only gotten one hit.
This is what he was upset about. He did not think that was a strike.
And the hitter in me, the former hitter in me, thinks that ball's a little bit outside. Ron Wotus will take over now. But when you're throwing the ball the way Tim Stauffer's throwing the ball, you pretty much conditioned that umpire that you're throwing nothing but strikes today. And that pitch was very close. Let's not kid ourselves. But when you're pitching the way Stauffer is, you're going to get the benefit of the doubt from the umpires.
A chop from Tejada. And he is out by a step. So it's still 4-0 here. The Braves and the Phillies are scoreless. Let's go back to Dick Stockton. Stockton and Eric Karros. And again, we will effort to keep you completely current on all of that. 4-0 San Diego over San Francisco here on Fox. The Droid X, the next generation of Does. By Lowe's, let's build something together. And by One A Day Men's, the official multivitamin of Major League Baseball, specially formulated for men. Tim Stauffer has been the story today. If he hadn't tried to glove one headed towards second base back in the first inning, we might be talking about a no-hitter right now.
In the biggest game of his life.
And it's funny because we mentioned earlier, Barry Zito, the San Francisco starter today, has pitched in bigger games than this. But it was Zito that just didn't have the command today. Stauffer has been in command all day long. Even at the plate. Walked and scored in the fourth inning. That's what drove Zito from the game. And then Stauffer doubled in the sixth.
And he falls behind 3-1 to Pat Burrell.
Now he's been working that outside corner, especially the last few innings. And he got that call on Buster Posey to end the sixth. That's what got the ire of Bruce Bochy. That ball rammed in a left. Pat Burrell can't hit it out. Second time he's flied to left field.
He's just gotten these Giants off the end of the bat or off the label. Nothing on the barrel all game long. The only hit he gave up was a little scratch infield hit.
Juan Uribe comes up. They were looking at Buster Posey after he got hit by a foul ball that last half inning.
Took it right in his thumb.
Scoreless in the sixth, still in Atlanta, by the way. And we'll take you back to what happened to Buster Posey.
And the foul ball just catches him right on the thumb part of his glove. Oh, anybody that's worn that gear knows just how much that hurts. And he's a tough kid, but boy, that would be a huge blow to the Giants to lose him in the lineup.
Another shot at left field here, this time by Uribe. It's back to the wall. It is gone. A career high for Uribe, number 24. And you had to wait to make sure. Denorfia got on the trampoline and tried to go get it. It is 4-1. Well, if it was a no-hitter, there would have gone the no-hitter. Pablo Sandoval now, and he crunches one to right field. This ball is high up on the brick. Sandoval's got a gem on the brakes. Can't believe it. That's only a single.
Well, he wasn't going hard out of the gate. So And now these Giant fans, first they see this. And the effort by DeNorfia. What a nice play in the crowd. That is not fan interference. That ball would have been a home run.
It did indeed get into a glove, but that of a fan.
David Eckstein taking a little trip to the mound to calm Tim Stauffer. That's the kind of leadership he brings, Josh.
Luke Gregerson is in the bullpen for San Diego. Stauffer's at 91 pitches. Well, and essentially that's 3 baseballs that had a shot to get out to open the 7th inning. One of them actually did. Travis Ishikawa to pinch hit. This is the pitcher spot in the order now, number 8. Now again, Tim Stauffer, as we've talked about, Gracie, finally fulfilling the promise from back in 03 when he was the number 4 pick in the country, the year that Delman Young was drafted first. We talked about Sandoval out of the box.
Let's see if he's going hard. Well, he's going pretty hard. Just a nice play out by Ryan Ludwig. And Bud Black going to go out and...
Yeah, I think he saw what we were just talking about, Gracie, that here's 3 hard-hit balls to open the 7th inning. They've had a lights-out bullpen all year, not afraid to use it. Uribe has helped to drive him out. It's 4-1, and we'll be back.
He did himself proud.
What a scene here in San Francisco. They're singing along with Don't Stop Believin', made famous by Journey, and well, the original lead singer of Journey, Steve Perry, is actually here leading this crowd.
This is incredible.
I mean, it's one thing just to play a little Steve Perry, but to roll out the actual Steve Perry, that will get you going. And now Travis Ishikawa. The Padres on a journey of their own here that's kind of stalled as the Giants look to rally. And Ishikawa to the warning track. Funny, the Padres have been talking about that word, belief. all year. And now the Giants, who kind of feel things shifting under their feet right now, they're the ones that they roll out Steve Perry.
Hey, whatever it takes. But this place was deafening during the break. But Luke Gregerson, as he's done so many times this season, just comes in and retires the first batter he faces on one pitch. 4th day in a row for Luke Gregerson.
Now the rally appears, or at least appeared to be on. Let's see if it can continue here. Shearholtz has had some big hits lately for San Francisco. Had a tie-breaking double against the Diamondbacks, actually a single that drove in 2. As the Giants went on to sweep the D-backs.
A lot of late heroics this year from Shearholtz. They need some more now.
Now Steve Perry also saying, "You better wait." And that's the song that if we had it, we'd go to break with. It is 4-1. By Gillette. Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant helps eliminate odor. Josh Lewin with Mark Grace and Chris Rose. It's a 4-1 lead for the Padres, a game they've got to have. San Francisco is so close to its first postseason visit in 7 years' time. Sergio Romo takes over on the mound. And Gracie, the champagne is stored in a cooler. The plastic lining for the lockers is here.
It's there.
The swim goggles for the eyes, it's all on standby. But they've got to win a game. If not this one, then the one tomorrow. Otherwise, there would have to be a 163rd game of the season. The Giants and Padres would play it Monday in San Diego. Now, folks, you can visit your local Lowe's for details on how to enter and win a Scott's VIP World Series experience. Tim Lincecum has been in that position a lot today. He's a flexible dude.
I know I couldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't want to see you try.
It just hurts to look at.
Towards second, the backhand pickup. Fontenot getting Will Venable. Now, this San Francisco bullpen has been solid. The last 4 weeks, a little bit more than that, Gracie. Their ERA has been 1.01.
Yeah, it hasn't just been the starting rotation. It's been everybody in that bullpen as well. Anchored by Brian Wilson.
I saw Lopez working in the bullpen. That is a fair ball from Headley. And touched.
And really, by that fan interference right there, that probably stretched a single into a double right there, a ground rule double.
That fan will be moved.
This ball was well hit by Headley. And this ball's going to carry him out to Scherholtz. And possibly, because it's a very short porch down there, and possibly have a play at second. But now there will be no play because of fan interference, and it's a 2-out double.
Those are smaller earphones than Bartman had.
Technology.
Mike Everett, your home plate umpire today, is the guy that had to make that call. Fan interference or no fan interference on Bartman. Sorry to keep bringing up the Cubs today, dude.
I wasn't on that team.
I know, but
so that's okay.
I know you were watching. Salazar to pinch hit. Your buddy Tom Brenneman was doing that game.
That's right. Against the Florida Marlins, who went on to win the World Series that year.
Gave us all something to talk about for a long time. Notice the Phillies have just scored. They have taken that 1-0 lead in Atlanta. Salazar can't connect. If the Padres win and the Phillies win, there is a tie for the wild card between Atlanta and San Diego with 1 game to go.
Oh, I love it. Forget those runaway division champions like your Texas Rangers. You know, that's boring. Let's have it go right down to the last day like this. This is what I'm talking about.
You want to see some sweat. Romo fired up. Torres coming in to hit. It's 4-1, bottom 8. Shield antiperspirant help eliminate odor. Don't just cover it up. And sponsored by Wheaties Fuel. Prepare to win. And by Mobil 1, the world's leading synthetic motor oil brand. San Diego 4, San Francisco 1. And somewhat predictably, they go with their 8th inning guy, Mike Adams, and they have been going and going and going to him. 7 times in the last 9 games he'll be pitching right now. We bring in Chris Rose.
In infield, and that gives the Phillies the 1-0 lead in the 7th. Remember to see every game at HD. It's 1-800-DIRECT-TV. Back up to you, Josh and Mark.
Thank you, Chris. Yeah, the Utley single making it 1-0, and now it is 2-0 Philadelphia. So the Braves are trailing by 2. The Padres are winning by 3, and that just sets up beautifully for San Diego. More to show you from that Braves and Phillies game. Take you back right now, in fact, to Dick Stockton. Whoop. Thanks to Dick Stockton and Eric Karros. 3-0 Philadelphia there. And here are the Giants trying to start a comeback against Mike Adams. 2-2 the count to Torres. He fouls it off his foot. Mike Adams, last year best in baseball, holding opponents to a batting average of 111. Not a lot of drop-off here in 2010.
Not at all. He's been the 8th inning guy. And as you said earlier, this is his 5th game in a row to go out and pitch. So that right arm about 6 inches longer than the left arm. But he understands, I've got to do this because I've got to get my team to the playoffs.
In the air, right field. And out number 1. Yeah, Adams 14 pitches on Tuesday, 14 on Wednesday, 13 Thursday, 15 Friday. So,
well, it just shows you he has a lot of quick innings. But still, 15 more last night, just about 16 hours ago, and here he is again.
Yep, you're leaning on him.
Here's Heath Bell. He's going to trot on down to the bullpen as well for his, what he hopes to be another save. I'm sure all these Padre relievers go, golly, again? Yeah, Bud Black says, again.
And tomorrow as well, if all shakes down that way, the Padres have put themselves in a position now. If they hold on here today, they give themselves a shot to tie the Giants for the top spot in the AL West and force that one-game playoff back in San Diego. Got to hold them down here today, though, first. Then you need Matt Latos to be the July and August version of Matt Latos.
Right.
Again, the Braves will have to rally, otherwise they will have their 71st loss. That one rolled foul. Adrian Gonzalez told the media very plainly a couple days ago, he said, our pitching's done everything they can to put us all in this position to win. And us guys who swing the bat, we've let them down. Well, 6 runs yesterday and 4 this afternoon.
I like a stand-up guy, too. He's not sitting there saying, hey, I got 101 RBIs. He said, no, I've let the team down, as we all have.
These bats have come reasonably to life here. But it was looking dismal, that last homestand for San Diego. They even had a rain delay.
How about that?
In San Diego. I mean, that's not emblematic of how it's been going this last week or so. But now at this picturesque ballpark in Northern California, the Padres putting themselves in a great spot, leading 4-1.
Oh, what a pitch.
Adams got his man.
Just give it to me every day, says Mike Adams. A change up, and you can see just how far out in front of it Fontenot is. What a pitch.
Aubrey Huff has walked a couple of times. The only run for San Francisco, Juan Uribe homered into the first row in left field. Tim Stauffer was fantastic, went through 6 innings with a 1-hitter. That's a strike. Bruce Bochy ejected after the 6th inning, arguing balls and strikes. That was the one chance that really looked like the Giants might have put together to get something of value done. They had 2 on, 2 out. And Posey took strike 3. Adams wheels and deals, and there is a foul ball punched into this crowd of 42,653. They'll go over the 3 million mark tomorrow.
And good for these Giant fans.
Great fans.
This entire final homestand they've had, this place has just been rocking every single day and night. And they've got them a very good ball club here to cheer on.
It's packed out there on the landing out by the pier. Standing several deep. He's trying to take a peek and see if the Giants can rally.
It's a great shot right there.
A unique and beautiful setting here. Adams gets his man. At the end of 8, Padres 4 and the Giants 1. Here the Padres will try to build on a 4-1 lead. They did most of their work early. 2 in the first off Barry Zito on 2 bases-loaded walks. He hadn't had a bases-loaded walk all year. And then it happened twice to him with 2 out in the first inning, and that really set the tone today.
It did set a tone, and on the other end, Tim Stauffer was just fabulous for the San Diego Padres. And Bruce Bochy or Ron Wotus, whoever's calling the game down there in the Giant dugout, going to turn it over to Guillermo Mota. It's good to see Guillermo here at 73 years old, still pitching in the major leagues.
He will get the top of the order for San Diego. Denorfia, Eckstein, Tejada. The other tone that was set, it's kind of subtle, but we talked about it when it happened. Miguel Tejada bunting in that first inning. The Padres showing some confidence in Tim Stauffer today. If we get you a run or 2, you're going to carry it the rest of the way. Tejada with 1 sack bunt in his previous 6,000 plate appearances just calmly stood up there and dropped 1 down.
That's a very good point. And San Diego's played a very sound, fundamental game. Sure, they've had the good pitching, but they got a couple of important bunts down that led to runs. One by Miguel Tejada, another by David Eckstein. You certainly expect it from David Eckstein, not from Miguel Tejada, like you said.
See the Phillies now leading 4-0 in Atlanta. And if the Padres hold on here, tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. 1 down, and talking about some postseason here.
Into right field, a base hit. The throw by Drew to the plate. The Giants are going to the World Series.
That was 2002, the walk-off. Kenny Lofton, the first series-ending walk-off in Giants postseason history, and on they went from there. You can catch all the action of the 2010 Major League Baseball postseason on Fox and TBS. The excitement begins Wednesday with the division series. Eckstein, playoff tested himself. Mentioned earlier, Gracie, he's been in the World Series with the Cardinals and the Angels. Miguel Tejada comes up next, and Gonzalez would follow. Chevrolet honoring the spirit of community, supporting the 2010 Roberto Clemente Award. Cast your vote for one of this year's nominees at Chevy.com/Clemente. You could win a trip to that 2010 World Series. You'll see the on-field announcement of the national winner. Well, Tejada, a couple of hits, RBI run scored, and a sac bunt. Now the Giants will have 4, 5, 6 in the order in the bottom of the 9th, and we note that Steve Perry is still here.
He is still here.
Whether or not he will be leading the singing of Don't Stop Believin' in that bottom of the 9th probably depends on if somebody gets on.
He's probably in a foul mood right now. Big Giant fan.
Tejada sends it in the air to right. The Giants will have their opportunity. If they're going to win the West today, they need a big bottom of the 9th. by Gillette. Gillette Odor Shield Antiperspirant helps eliminate odor. This crowd trying to rev things up for the Giants. They can win it walk-off style if they have a big bottom of the ninth and celebrate deep into the San Francisco night, because they'll have wrapped up the NL West. But to do that, Mr. Grace, they got to find a way to get to Heath Bell.
They got to find a way to solve somebody that pitches for the San Diego Padres. They only have 3 hits the entire afternoon. They're going to have to face one of the best in the business in Heath Bell.
The only loss that Bell has absorbed all year was just a couple of days ago. Buster Posey starts it up. Everything has worked perfectly for these San Diego Padres the last 2 days after nothing was going right before that. They need the Braves to lose. That's happening. They themselves need to beat San Francisco.
Buster Posey looking for his first time on base in this series. Boy, size 5 caller here last night, 0 for 5, and he's 0 for 3 this afternoon.
Towards short. Little stumble, but Posey is out. 5 for his last 38, fading a bit down the stretch. And again, the Padres, they were fading big time down the stretch, but surging right now when they need to. Getting 6 runs yesterday, getting 4 runs today. And Tim Stauffer, 6 innings of 1 hit ball, put him in position.
Just fabulous. The biggest game of his life. He came up 2 great big thumbs up, and then turned it over to this incredibly good San Diego bullpen.
Missing away to Pat Burrell.
And this San Diego bullpen, this tired San Diego bullpen, has not given up a base runner.
Matt Latos against Jonathan Sanchez tomorrow. Latos 14-9, but has not been good of late. Sanchez is 12-9. And no hit the San Diego Padres a year ago.
That was a bit different of a Padre team, though. This one's a little better.
Well, yeah. And when that happened, the Padres last July, they have not really found themselves at all. Remember, they closed with a big kick last year, too little, too late. But they carried that mojo, if you will, into 2010. And they have sustained it, or at least found it again here when they've needed to.
Watch Heath Bell get his sign as he peeks in. Who's this remind you of, Giant fans out there? And Josh, I'll give you that test. Who's that remind you of as he peeks in?
Is that a little Rod Beck? That is a little base hit. That's Pat Burrell on his way to second. And he'd better be safe. He is. Yeah, body type-wise, a little Rod Beck action there, too.
The late Rod Beck swings that arm as he gets his sign. He throws a 3-1 fastball to Pat Burrell. And Pat Burrell hammers it down the left field line. And that's what hitting's about right there, Josh. You get yourself in a good hitter's count, 3-1. Look for the fastball, and when you get it, don't miss it. Pat Burrell has been a great find for the San Francisco Giants.
Don't forget the big doubleheader day, NFL tomorrow on Fox. Here is Juan Uribe. A strike.
Tried to get that outside corner and missed it. 1-1. He'll peek in, swing that arm. Vintage Rod Beck without the mullet.
Fouled back, Uribe.
That was a mighty rip at that fastball.
Remember, he's a guy that homered in the 7th, the only Giants run today. Scooped out of the dirt. It's 2-2.
We talk about a bullpen that's running on fumes for San Diego. This is the 4th day in a row now for Heath Bell.
Now, earlier this year, Uribe hit a home run off Bell. It was on a 2-strike breaking ball. Just kind of file that. Got a 2-strike pitch coming here. In the air to right. Dropping. Fair! Second and third. Sandoval coming up.
Just like that, the tying run steps into the box in the form of Pablo Sandoval.
It was 2 of 5 lifetime against Bell.
And for this youngster, the biggest at-bat of his life.
I'd like to welcome those of you watching the Braves and the Phillies on Fox today. Josh Lewin with Mark Grace and Chris Rose. The Giants can win the NL West with a win today, but they're down 4-1. Second and third, the situation. One man out, Sandoval at the plate. A guy who homered just a couple of days ago. And he's going to line one to left. It is now 4-2, and the winning run, the NL West winning run, will come to the plate. He didn't drive it out. It wasn't a splash landing out there in the bay. But it puts the Giants in position now to do something very special.
He takes a fastball and does exactly what he's supposed to do with it. A fastball away, drive it over to the left side. And now, the tying run on first base, the go-ahead run step into the plate. And these Giants showing the heart of a champion right now, Josh.
Darren Ford pinch running now at first, and Jose Guillen is going to pinch hit. Again, for those just joining us, Tim Stauffer, who's been amazing down the stretch for San Diego, took a one-hitter into the 7th. Clamped down tight on a San Francisco team that had been hitting the ball okay this past week. Four-2 ball game. One man out, and here's Guillen. One of the latest imports for these San Francisco Giants, Guillen, trying to etch his name in the history books around here. Earlier in this game, that outside corner, drew the ire of Bruce Bochy. There was a strike called near that outside corner that he didn't like. And he was ejected for arguing with Mike Everett. A bouncing ball to short. There's one, there's two, and that's it. And the Padres are very much alive. And it's like the cone of silence has just dropped down. The Padres can force a tie in the NL West with a win tomorrow.
What an incredible baseball game, Josh Lewin.
And the all-star closer, Heath Bell, getting the double play ball from a very dangerous hitter, Jose Guillen. Boy, and again with Steve Perry actually in the house and the Journey song playing, supporting the Giants. It's the Padres now who are very much believing that maybe this thing is going to happen after all. Miguel Tejada standing by with our Chris Rose.
All right, thank you very much, Josh. Here with Miguel Tejada. And, Miggy, it sure felt like a playoff game. Did it to you?
Oh, yeah. You know, that's a playoff game, man. I think we play right now with the best team, baseball in the game. And, I mean, we don't have tomorrow. We don't have tomorrow, and we play for the last game. What do you say about your bullpen? Gregerson, Adams, Heath Bell, they've turned into everyday ball players for you. Unbelievable. That's why they made me play so good defense, because, you know, those guys, they don't give it up alive, and, you know, I'm so happy to play behind them. Is that the first time you've ever been kissed by an all-star closer? Yeah, but, you know, when you get a kiss because you do something good, you know, I'm happy with that. Many more bouquets of roses coming your way, perhaps. Oh, yeah, you know, we're not done. We're not done, and we got to keep having kiss like that. Go have fun. Josh, back on up to you. A new, if not odd, tradition maybe has been spawned. A 4-2 win for the Padres will wrap things up after these messages from your local Fox station.